Oh my Ghana, if you mind if you ask mine. Renee to see a back camp of being a messy. Oh my Ghana, oh my sorry, any kind of a shock and get a my what? In carbon green, Ghana, man, in carbon green, every be man in carbon green, yes, in my carbon green, Ghana, man, in carbon green, every be man in carbon.
Good afternoon and welcome to the show United Africa. This is where we talk about the problems confronting Africa, their causes and their solutions. What we have on board to talk about today is the future of Africa. But before we do that, let's go for a quick commercial break and we shall be right back.
God and Christ, Mama Africa, today is the free day. Mama Africa, Mama Africa, Mama Africa, today is your free day. Mama Africa, Mama Africa, Mama Africa, today is your payday. God has come with African free day. God has come with African payday. Every African today is your payday. If you love it, come and make we say hey. Listen, Mama Africa today is a free day, happy celebrate. Mama Africa today is a pay day, happy jubilee. So if Africa leader hurry come, make we celebrate. Every Western leader hurry come, make we jubilate. This celebration is given from above, so we must celebrate with the songs from above, but not with the songs from the famous yard. Cause Mama Africa, they both in a yard. Me never know African leaders suffering monopoles. African leaders tell me where African money goes. They taking all African money with their foreign goals. But God has come with the new African money God. So if African leader join me to my money God, he will make you richer than the whole Western world, and he will make you wiser.
Welcome from the quick commercial break. Well, as I told you earlier, the show is the United Africa. And today what we have on board to discuss is the future of Africa with me, Lord God and Christ. And we have one wonderful Pan-Africanist in the studio to help us to do the discussion. Welcome, Mr. Kwame Ando.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on my show. Yeah, Daddy, what we have on board today to talk about is the future of Africa.
Yes.
But we cannot just talk about the future of Africa alone. We start from the beginning of Africa, that's the past of Africa, to the future of Africa. So that for the viewer out there to get the real story of Africa. So this is the point. Why did the Europeans colonize Africa?
I think this is a very interesting question. Somewhere in the 15th century, the Portuguese came to West Africa. They landed exactly at Elmina.
Okay.
And they found out there was gold in West Africa.
Yeah.
So Elmina means the gold.
The gold.
Yeah. So they decided to stay and trade gold.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, the trade in gold changed to trade in human beings.
How was that possible? Or how did it come about?
Africans and sent them to Europe and later to the Americas. And the dignity of the African has been destroyed ever since. And so there is a need, therefore, for Africans to come together to tell the whole world that we are a people and not commodities to be sold.
All right, but can you give us a little brief of what came about for they to stop from trading in gold to human beings?
Yeah, at that time they had discovered the Americas, and they saw that the land was very good for tobacco, the land was good for sugarcane, the land was good for cotton.
Okay.
But they needed labor.
Labor.
And they felt that Africa, the climatic conditions in our part of Africa was similar to that of especially Southern America.
Yeah, okay.
They needed labor. And the American Indians were not strong enough for that type of labor. So they thought that Africans can do the work better than the American Indians. Therefore, let us take the Africans to the Americas to do the work for us.
Okay, so if I can get you clear, then it means that they wanted us to build their nation through slavery.
Not really nations, because they had not established over there yet.
Oh, okay.
But they wanted to do commercialized farming. In tobacco, cotton, and sugarcane.
Okay, that is so. And what led Ghana and the rest of Africa into independence?
Yeah, independence. Yeah, well, after being in subjugation for a very long time, you want to be free.
Yeah.
After being plundered, your resources are planned, human beings are planned. It comes to a point where you cannot carry it any longer. Therefore, let us fight for independence. But the fight for independence didn't come as easy as people would think.
Yeah.
Now, people like Kwame Nkrumah, people like Kamuzu Banda of Malawi had gone to America and Britain to study.
Yeah.
And when they went there, they saw the conditions the African was in.
Yeah, right.
From slavery to probably the position of a laborer. So every African, every black person in America was suffering. There were times where you could not even sit on the same bus with a white person. If you saw a white man or a white woman coming, you stand up and you give that person the seat. And so this sort of discrimination actually ignited the sort of freedom that Africans wanted. And so people like Kwame Nkrumah decided agitating for independence for the African.
Okay. So in this mission, that means that Kwame Nkrumah was the first person to take that decision, or
he wasn't the first person, but actually I think he became the spearhead.
The spearhead.
Yeah, because he had experience in America when he went to study over there. And when he came to Britain, a similar thing was happening. And the students, African students in Britain, had started some sort of a group to discuss slavery. You see, and even before then, there had been Africans who had been freed. You can remember there's this guy called Kobina Otuba Kugweno. He had been a slave. Actually, he was bought from Ejumakon in the Central Region in 1773.
I know that.
Sent to Barbados, yeah?
Okay.
And then from there, he gained his freedom and went to Britain.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book. And there was this other guy from Nigeria called Alauda Equinos, who had also written a book about slavery. So they gathered the black people over there and said, let's come together, try to fight for our independence.
Okay.
And so Kwame Nkrumah,
became the head.
got into it.
All right. So that now, how will United Africa benefit us as a people?
I think it will benefit every African, and even those people who are not Africans.
Yeah.
Because the dignity of man is very important.
Okay.
See, and so if all black people are going to Britain, black people are going to America to do what? To do a whole lot of menial jobs.
Yeah.
Toilets, cleaning toilets, cleaning gutters.
Oh my gosh.
Washing buses. Cleaning the bodies of old people. The Africa and the man from Africa needs some dignity.
Daddy, let's base on this and go for a quick commercial break, and we shall be right back.
No man can push you, no man can fast you. With my DJ Kilo One Beat, down the music and scene and controlling the beat and so.
Never feel nothing. So I say, I'm through the world. So now I feel 10 feet and 5 feet. Yeah, I'm a open your mind and rule all over Babylon. I'm through the world. So I say, yeah. It doesn't matter whatever them I go do now. That can't stop. I fit now. Africa gonna unite. Africans are gonna unite. It doesn't matter whatever them I go say now. That can't scare, I fit now. Africa gonna unite. Africans are gonna unite. Mr. Africa leader, this that time for your promise. So Africa leaders rise up, fight for your promise. You Africa leaders are the builders of the world. So that time has come for you to rule the world. So never be afraid, Jesus day back here. And never be afraid, Jaja day back here. You will never fail, Jaja day back here. Push on harder and go me day back here. So wear your boots and stand for the Magidon. Carry your guns and fight for the Magidon. Open your mind and
Back from the quick commercial break, still watching the show United Africa. And what we have on board today, the future of Africa. So Daddy, what are the processes that might lead us into United Africa?
Okay, currently you see that we have about 56 African states that are independent.
All right.
And way back in the 60s, I think Kwame Nkrumah again started what we call the Organization of African Unity.
Yeah.
Later it was changed to African Union. Now, it was the intention of the forefathers like Tubman, like Kamuzu Banda, like Julius Nyerere, and Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, to quickly galvanize the African people to unite. But somewhere along the line, the white people stepped in again and tried to hit our heads together. So there were a few people who actually wanted to pull out of OAU. For example, Houphouët Boigny of Ivory Coast said, I don't want to be part of this, because the French people were sort of saying, no, you cannot be there, or we don't support you. And then when you look at another issue with Guinea, Guinea wanted to gain its independence. And you know what the French people did?
What did they do?
When they gave them their independence, they took away even typewriters from the offices. So Guinea didn't have a pesewa after independence in 1959.
Wow.
And so if you have heard it, Kwame Nkrumah had to garner some money, about 10 million pounds from Ghana, to be given to Guinea to go and buy typewriters. So the fight has been the white man against the black man.
Against the black man.
I want to be independent. I don't want you to be independent. Continue serving me.
Yeah.
And that is why we have gone even to this period where Africa has not been able to unite. What we are doing there are just conferences, debates, speeches, and nothing more than that.
Nothing more than that.
We need to get serious.
Okay. So then from the answer that you give, meaning that Kwame Nkrumah was very right of sacking the white.
He was all that Africa needed. And Ghana was lucky to have gotten Kwame Nkrumah. But the imperialists again came in through the CIA and overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. And that was the end of the African unity.
All right. The reason why I brought in this is because still there are people after the generation of those who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah still doesn't understand or doesn't get the real meaning of what Kwame was doing.
And they will never understand him.
They will never understand him. That's why I brought in this. Because right from the beginning, when they met you, they colonized you. Now we have our freedom from them. Why should they be with us again?
Yeah, if you have a slave and the slave wants to go away, what do you do? You release him to go.
Release him to go.
No, you don't. Because you need his services.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the provisions?
I think one of the major provisions would be, African heads of states fear that if we should come together, probably one person is going to become the head of state and they are going to lose their positions as presidents and prime ministers of the African states. That is where the fear is. So maybe we can fashion African unity on the same line as the European Union, where they don't have presidents, but they have a commissioner who is responsible for all the affairs of the European Union. We can do something similar to that, so that the fear that African heads of this have will evaporate.
Okay, so then that means that you're talking about the European type of unity.
Yeah.
Okay. As you heard yourself, you say there should be the European type of unity. Initially. Okay. So let's go for a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
The killer. Every African join me in this race, yeah. Every African join me in this train, yeah. Every African join me in this fight, yeah. But it's the right that we have to claim for our rights. Every African join me in this movement. Every African join me in this movement. Every African join me in this freedom. But it's the right that we have to free from ashes. Yeah, missing every day the Babylon. All of them are bombers. Me just see them like the cloth in a Oman bomber. Me just see them like the flies in Africa tinker. Move on with your dreams, cause you are not the bongo. Every Africa citizen, only have to link up. Every Africa citizen, only have to think up. Never mash up Africa, cause we have nowhere to go. Get the hatred in Africa, fit the fuck what we got. Every African join me in this race, yeah. Every African African join me in this train, yeah. Every African join me in this fight, yeah. But this is the right that we have to kill for our rights. Every African join me in this movement. Every African join me in this movement.
Welcome from the quick commercial break. You're still watching the show United Africa, where the topic, the future of Africa. So, Daddy, what type of government will a united Africa need?
Well, actually, everybody will be talking about democracy, but democracy itself has several meanings. Because when you go to North Korea, they will tell you they also practice democracy, but it is totalitarian government. When you go to Russia, they tell you it is democracy. And when you come to China, democracy. So we need to fashion our own type of democracy for ourselves.
Okay, so how can that be done?
So that can be done when we come together. That can be done when we fashion our own constitution. That can be done when Africans desire to be one people, united, and not fighting among themselves. Is achieved.
Okay. And what type of politicians will be suitable for the United Africa?
I'll tell you, we need politicians like Kwame Nkrumah. We need politicians like Julius Nyerere. We need politicians like Kamuzu Banda. And we need politicians like Jomo Kenyatta. Yes. And I would also want to mention this guy who was recently overthrown, the Zimbabwean president. What is his name?
Mugabe. Yeah.
He was a strong man for his country. Mugabe had been in Ghana. In fact, he was a teacher in Ghana at Apawa in the Western region. There was a training college called St. Mary's Training College. He was teaching there. And that is where he married a Ghanaian woman, Sally. Kamuzu Banda of Malawi was a medical doctor in Kumasi. So they all came to Africa, came to Ghana, and learned from Ghana what Kwame Nkrumah was doing. And Kwame Nkrumah was supporting the freedom fighters from South Africa and Zimbabwe and a place called Tanganyika. Tanganyika is now Tanzania. See? So that support that Nkrumah gave them garnered the effort of all these people to go back to their countries and fight for independence. So we need people who can function similarly like what the older folks did.
Okay.
And if we can do that, we are already there.
Okay, so do you think some of these politicians can still be seen, some of them will be seen in the Africa political scene?
We have a lot of them in Africa.
Can you give me
them? And I know a lot of them, especially within such parties, political parties like the NDC, the CPP, and then the PPP. They have a lot of such people within these parties.
Okay. So, Daddy, finally, what is the future of Africa?
The future of Africa is not bad. It's not grim. I think it will be a very good thing for you and I to say that Africa has a bright future.
Yeah.
And the bright future can only materialize if you and I come together and form a continental union government.
Yeah.
And then we shall get to where we want to go.
We shall get to where we want to go. So, Daddy, you know, can you give us your last words for the
My last word is that Africans should come together. My last word is that Africans don't flock into Europe.
Yeah.
My last word is that Africans stay home and work for your motherland.
Okay, thank you very much for being on the show. You heard him right. He said, Africa, you got to stay home. Africa is the best place ever to be. There is a home sweet home, land of gold, line of diamond. We've discovered oil, everything we have it here in Africa. Never travel to waste or to lose your dignity. Africa is the right place ever to be. Thanks for watching, and my name is Lord God and Christ.
Oh my God, if you mind if you ask mine, really to see a big camp of being a messy. Oh my God, oh my sorry, any kind of a shot I share on my what? You come on, green edge. Ghana man, you come on, green edge. Every man, you come on, green edge. Yes, man, you come on, green edge. Ghana man, you come on, green edge.